Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Ice Cold Takes podcast. I am your host, Joey DeMeglio, and today I will be recapping my experience at the Stadium Series and also talking about Jonny Brodzinski's new contract extension. No guest for this week. I'm working on something big for the podcast, so let's get right into it. To start, this game that I went to, I dreamed of going to a game like this. Honestly, let me just double check my audio real quick. Hang on a second. I think this is good. Yeah, I'll edit that out. But yeah, I dreamed of going to a game like the one on Sunday, and it finally came true. I don't usually go uh to games like in person, and if I always like look at watching games on TV, and then there's like always these good games, that Rangers games, and I look at them and I'm like, man, I wish I paid money to go see this game. I wonder what the crowd reaction would have been like. This was the game that I was finally, and, it was not a disappointment. I mean, at first, it seemed like it because the Rangers went down 4-1, but, like, right off the bat, Kako or, Gustafson scored the goal within the first minute or 2 of the game, and I thought, the Rangers were in good shape. I was scared at the beginning. I was telling my friends that I was scared at the beginning, like, I had a feeling like the Islanders were gonna have, like, an onslaught, which is what happened. But I didn't expect the Rangers to come out, and score the first goal, and then Rempe to have the fight in his NHL debut, his first NHL shift, no less. Um, that was incredible. Um, very exciting, like, start to the game. I called it. I said Rempe was gonna fight on his first shift. I just didn't think it was gonna happen at, like, the opening puck drop. Um, so it was quite the experience there, and he really gave it to Matt Martin. That was awesome. Uh, and respect to Matt Martin for allowing Rempe to fight. Um, I heard that they got into the face-off dot and or the face-off in the center ice after the goal, and Rempe and him were lined up, and Martin was like, "Hey, congrats, kid, on making it to the NHL. Do you want to go?" And Rempe was like, "Hell yeah!" But I also heard that Rempe was eyeing him down in warm-ups, which is like that's stone cold killer there, right? Man, that's awesome. I love that. The Rangers need some of that energy there in their bottom six on their fourth line. It's been too long since they've had a guy like that. You're talking like maybe Dorsett or Dan Carcillo, who was only around for a little bit, but he was pretty impactful for the time that he was here with the Rangers in 2014. So to see Rempe do that in his first NHL game, first NHL shift was incredible. Honestly, that first period though, not the greatest at all for the Rangers. I don't understand why I am echoing. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Okay, I should be good, but it sounds really weird, this thing. Honestly, I don't get it. But yeah, back to the game. Uh, quite the experience, by the way. Just that when you're walking in and seeing all those fans there, all gathered, it was 80,000 people. You don't see that in a normal hockey game. That's like what is that? That's like quadruple what it is. Like Madison Square Garden's what, 20,000, 18,000. It was 80,000 people at MetLife Stadium, and majority of them were Rangers fans. Um, so the noise in the building when like the Rangers tied it and were scoring goals was incredible. Like we didn't know what to do when they tied that game or when they won that game in overtime. When Panarin scored that goal, we weren't sure if it was going to count. We were like cheering. We were like, "Oh, wait, what do we do? What do we do? Is this going to count? Like the net came off. Is this going to count?" So we had to wait for that official announcement. And when that official made that announcement that it was a good goal, we went nuts. We were hugging random people that we had no idea who they were. Honestly, like it was incredible. Ranger Central, Joey D, Matt, Polish Matt, Joey. What's up, guys? If you guys missed it, these are the guys, Ranger Central and Polish Matt. These are the guys that I was hanging out with this weekend. I have some content that I'm going to be posting. They helped me out with, so I'm really appreciative of them for helping me. I'm going to post it on Instagram, TikTok, maybe on YouTube Shorts. But yeah, everything. We were watching Fishing with Earl. Yeah, we are watching Fox Sports Outdoors at 9 o'clock. Don't miss it. Ice Cold Take's gonna make a special guest appearance. Um, but yeah, just talking about this game. Oh man, so hype. I will definitely spend the money and like spend the weekend again to do this. And I heard some people talking about it on the radio that like, man, this was awesome. Like we should do this every single year. Like they should try it again at MetLife Stadium. I don't know about every year, but certainly like the Rangers in the outdoor game, absolutely. I would love that. I would love that. So many people are talking about hockey on sports talk radio. It's incredible. I've been trying to get people to do that, like the guys at ESPN. I want them to talk about hockey so much, like just once. I just want like 1 hour of them talking about hockey, like the Rangers or the Islanders or the Devils or the NHL nonstop. And like that's just it. The hockey is just not that sport, but it really felt like it was this past weekend when with this Stadium Series game. That's how special this one felt. 1 p.m. We will be there. That's right. If you want, if you guys, all my listeners here, if you want me, C Jess, Ranger Central, and Statboy Steven, we're doing a live stream on Ranger Central's channel. So recapping the Stadium Series. So we're gonna have a lot to get to there. So I have a lot more to talk about here about other things. Like I'm gonna get right into Jonny Brodzinski's contract extension. I mean, congratulations to that guy, man. Jonny Brodzinski, what a player. What a player. 30 years old, the ripe age of 30 years old. He's been involved in 84 transactions, most of those like call ups and reassignments to the AHL. That guy worked his ass off and he got a nice little contract extension. Not like he got handed the bag like $8 million or something. It was what was it? 787 and 0.5 K for 2 years. So yeah, and it's 1 year deal. So with the 1 year deal, he doesn't have to his salary doesn't get adjusted. Whether he's in the AHL or in the NHL, it's the same salary. So good for him, good for his family. I know he's got 2 daughters and his wife is like going back and forth like in Hartford because that's where they still live, bringing their kids to school. So good for Brodzinski. He's been playing really well. He's put his head down. He's worked really hard and he hasn't complained once. I haven't seen him complain once. I'm sure he's complained like, been upset and stuff, but he's had the right attitude, and he brings a lot to the team. Honestly, I think he brings a lot of speed. I love that he's a shooting mentality, and he fits well in that third line right now. So much so that I think that unless it's Yanni Gord, the Rangers will not trade for a third line center at the deadline. And that is my ice cold take for the week. Boom. I don't think the Rangers are going for it. I think they're going to go for a top line right winger instead. Have you seen the asking price for centers around on the market? It's too high, man. Like Scott Lawton, first round pick. Nick Dowd, first round pick. Adam Henrique, first round pick. The Rangers don't want to give up that first round pick. I am telling you that. Like I know a couple weeks ago, I said that the Rangers are going to get a third line center, a top line right winger, and a defenseman, plus maybe a fourth liner. I don't think that's the case anymore. I think the Rangers are fine with Brodzinski. If something comes across like where it's cheap, it's like a bottom six forward, not necessarily a dedicated third liner. I think the Rangers are gonna pass on that unless it's like I said, unless it's like Yanni Gord. I don't think they're going to give up their first round pick because really think about it. Like, how much of an upgrade is Wenberg over Brodzinski? Like, I mean, sure he's got a name, but like Brodzinski is playing really well right now. I wouldn't mess with the chemistry. If you're going to get Gord though, yeah, by all means, give up that first round pick. By all means, yeah, and move Brodzinski down the fourth line, or you could healthy scratch him in case of injuries and stuff like that. But Brodzinski is playing really well right now. I think the Rangers' biggest need is that first line right wing. Jimmy Vesey can't be the solution long term for Kreider and Zibanejad. We know they're not going to break those two up as much as we want them to. As much as we want Zibanejad to start shooting and Kreider to start skating north south a little bit more, I don't think the Rangers are going to split up that top unit. They need a right winger, and maybe somebody like Duclair would be an option here. Um, What a great game. Yeah, looking at these comments right here. First and second round pick. Kako first line. Kako's been playing really well. Honestly, Kako has been stepping up. Lafreniere too. I'll get into that. I'll get into that. But like I said, the asking price for centers is really, really high. Um, the market is ridiculous. Nick Dowd for third line centers for first round picks. What is this? Like Goodrow in Tampa Bay 2020, Blake Coleman, Tampa Bay 2020. Like I scratched my head at that when the Lightning pulled off those trades. But I mean, it ended up working out for them. They got a Stanley Cup. They got two Stanley Cups out of those guys. But I don't think the Rangers are in that spot. I don't think it's like that where it's like do or die. You need the third line center for the cup. I think the need is first line right wing because they currently have Jimmy Vesey playing there, and that's not a long term solution. Like I said, Kako maybe I don't know. Laviolette was saying I'll give him credit. He was saying I got to find that kid. I got to find a way to give that kid more ice time, honestly. And also, I'm gonna get into these Stars games here. The games against the Stars and the Devils. That game I was fully expecting the Rangers to lose that one. Honestly, Rangers are winning, had won 7 in a row. At some point, you got to have a loss, come back down to earth a little bit before you reset and then pick it back up. The Rangers proved me wrong. They played a really, really solid game against one of the better teams in the NHL. I think that's a Stanley Cup finalist right there. The Stars are really, really good. They are a very balanced team. The defense is great. Ottinger is a great goalie. I know he didn't play against the Rangers. It was Wedgwood, and Wedgwood's gloves, not glove side, blocker side was sus. Kako picked that spot out, and he sniped it. He sniped it. That was the right spot, and Laviolette acknowledged it in postgame. I always say this: why don't teams, more players shoot stick side on goalies? I don't know why. Everybody tests the glove out, and the goalies make these lightning-like glove saves, a la Doc Emmerich. They do these windmill crazy saves with their glove hand. Nobody shoots stick side. It's there. It's there. There's an opening there. Why not take the shot? Kako nailed it. Honestly, Trocheck shot. I don't know how many times he got. He had so many chances in that game before he got an empty netter. But Trocheck shot glove side every single time, and Wedgwood robbed him every single one. So your shooting blocker side is just to change it up on the goalie you might get a couple goals here and there. I'm not saying on every shot shoot blocker, but every other shot maybe. Like every 3 shots, let's say. But like I said, the Rangers, I expected them to lose this one just because of they came off an exciting win in that stadium series, but now they were facing like a real cup contender. Uh, the Rangers didn't really play the greatest game against the Islanders. Like their breakout was bad, their defense was horrible. It was the power play that really came through clutch for them at the end that got them that victory. But the defense and against the Stars was a lot better. That second period won them the damn game, man. They dominated at even strength. They were really, really good. And on the breakout, the breakout was so much better. Like just from the first period alone, significantly better than what it was in the stadium series. There was too many turnovers there. Maybe it was because of the ice. I don't know. And also, Shesterkin was unbelievable against the Stars. You talk about all those saves that he made. You talk about, the Vezina winning Shesterkin. He's back. Honestly, like the way he's played the last 2 games against the Stars and the Devils, that man is back. He is feeling it right now. He was huge. He came up huge with a bunch of saves at the end of the Stadium Series game against the Islanders. He didn't have the greatest start. I thought there was maybe like 1 or 2 goals that he probably would have won back, like that Horvat goal on the 4-on-4 down the right side. He shot at blocker side. Like I was saying, blocker side. You never know. You might catch a goalie off guard, like Shesterkin was there. But Igor has been outstanding. And I wanted to talk about the analytics for a second. I'm gonna bring this up on Natural Stat Trick. Couple days ago. So like the Rangers played the Stars right in that game, and it was pretty bad, pretty even up until the end. The third period, the Rangers got heavily outchanced. Like out the shot attempts were 27-7 at 5-on-5 for the Stars, which is crazy. I know a lot of those shot attempts came when they they had like an advantage, like a man advantage, like 6-on-5 or 5-on-4, let's say. But the Rangers got outchanced like severely in that one. But my problem with that one is that if we go wait, is it money puck or is it Hang on a second. It might be Money Puck that I saw it on. Money Puck, NHL team stats. Let's go to games. Um, when was that game? That was on Tuesday. Yeah. Let's go. Hang on a second. I'm new to this. I'm new to this. What do we call here? Analytics, Money Puck thing. Where is this? Oh, here it is. Expected goals, all situations, right? So if we go to the third period, right? Tyler Sagan had these two great chances in front of the net, and like at that point, the expected goals, the cumulative expected goal totals were pretty even. But when Sagan had those two chances, we're literally a second apart. They counted those as two like distinct chances, but it came off of the same play. So like all of a sudden, you have like this graph, right, of expected goals. Don't like look at it. All right, what the hell is expected goals, Joey? I'm just saying like the expected goals, like in terms of the quality, the chances that they were getting, right? It was here, like the Stars were a bit above the Rangers, and then like Sagan's one, and then his Sagan two, like boom, boom, right there. Like those two chances came off of like the same play. It was like a rebound. So I don't understand why it's calculated as like two distinct chances. Like I understand, yeah, it's two separate shots, but it's off the same chance. You know what I mean? It's it that bothers me a lot. That's where analytics loses me. I thought the Rangers played a solid game. They deserve to win this one. Like this money puck thing, they deserve to win a meter. 65.9%. The Stars win 65.9% of the time after 1,000 game simulations. That's ridiculous. I thought the Rangers were clearly the better team throughout most of that game. Sleevy G show. I went on his show, Gomez. Great guy, by the way, for all my listeners watching this or at home or in the car listening on Spotify. I love that laugh. He's stepping up, including when we talk about on my show, episode 46. That's when I was on his show. Lafreniere, Alexi Lafreniere, man. This guy, man, he is stepping it up big time for the Rangers. The Rangers really need him. This is World Junior Championship Lafreniere that we're seeing right now. The kid is skating hard. He's hitting. He's great on the forecheck. He's shooting. He's finally capitalizing on his chances. Like, what more do you want from this guy? This guy is doing everything possible to help the Rangers win games. He was outstanding at the end of that stadium series. Like he was fishing for pucks, he was retrieving. This is exactly what the Rangers need him to be. And he was playing so well against the Devils in that game. Laviolette gave him power play one time. That's right. Laviolette gave him power play one time. I remember people were saying like, "Oh, Laviolette's gonna stunt the growth of the kids like Kako and Lafreniere." Lafreniere, he's given him every opportunity to succeed, and I don't care what anybody else says about that. Like honestly, this guy Laviolette has a lot of confidence in Lafreniere, and I love it. This is a first for him. Not David Quinn and not Gerard Gallant. They did not believe in him enough to the point where, this is a guy that he's going to make an impact, be that first overall pick impact player that we thought he was going to be. Now he's finally putting it all together. He's outstanding. He was an animal in that game against the Devils. And on that note, this was one of the Rangers' best efforts of the season. Honestly, I think that was such a great game the Rangers played from start to finish. They didn't let up once. Maybe towards the end when they were really trying to give Lafreniere his hat trick, which I love that. I love that. Zibanejad's passing up shot attempts like he always does, but you could very clearly tell that it's directly to Lafreniere who's trying to get that hat trick. Maybe Lafreniere tried a little too much when he turned the puck over, leading to Hughes' goal. That sucked because Shesterkin lost the shutout, but you know what? I don't even care. They played a great game start to finish against a team that knocked them out in the first round last year in the playoffs. That was a statement game, man. The Rangers are going for 10 in a row now. 10 wins in a row. I've never seen that in my lifetime. Never seen a 10-game winning streak by the Rangers. I want to see this. I want to see that. I don't care too much about the regular season when it's all said and done, but I want this. I want to witness this. I was there for the 7th consecutive win. I didn't think they were going to win the 8th one. The 9th one, they came out firing, man. They were great. The penalty kill was outstanding. I know the Devils have been struggling on the power play, but Rangers killed off a 5-minute major and a 4-minute double minor in the same game. Unreal. Like this is just like the penalty kill has been outstanding. The penalty, like for the Rangers against the Stars too. The New Jersey deserved to win a meter made less sense to me. Oh boy. All right, hang on a second. Let's check this out. I'm gonna rant here in a second. Oh boy. What's today? Today's Saturday, so the game was on Thursday. 5-1. What the hell? Oh my god. Oh my god. Analytics, man. This is ridiculous. 73.4%, like 73.9%, 74% of the time. The Rangers win 26% of the time after 1,000 game simulations. I mean, what are these analytics people smoking, man? This doesn't make any sense, honestly. The Rangers were easily the better team in the New Jersey game. Um, Let's go here in Polish Matt. The third period really dragged it in the Stars' favor. This is the problem I have with the Rangers. They need to stop sitting back when they have a one-goal lead. Yeah, the Rangers really sat back in that third period. As I said before, those shot attempts were heavily one-sided in that game. But I think they played well enough in that second period where it didn't matter, or like actually it mattered. It mattered, but like it's too close to call because any game. Any game, it could go either way. I want this 10th win. Yeah, exactly. You're kidding me? I'd cut Money Puck. I would. You see him at the DMV, boom, boo Money Puck, boo his fat ass. That's right. Yeah. If you're a fan of Don LaGreca, you know where that reference is coming from. Yeah. These analytics things they lose me sometimes, honestly, man. Man. But the start of that Devils game, uh, last couple things I'm going to talk about before I end this here. The Rempe hit, Matt Rempe, like that hit, he's so big. Like, pause. But he's so big that, the guys that he's hitting, right? Everything is going to be to the head because the guy is so tall. Honestly, like he kept his shoulder tucked. The technique was fine with the hit. It was just that where it occurred on the body, right? So he hit the Bastion in the face. The guy's nose was bloody, right? He came back to the game. I'm glad he wasn't hurt, but like, what do you want Rempe to do? Like, I think what you want Rempe to do here is not take that hit at all. Like it was like charging. I get it. Yeah, he's almost 7 foot with skates. He's almost 7 foot with skates. Yeah, it's like Ben Bishop. Remember when Bishop was killing the Rangers? I'm going on a tangent here, but Rempe's hit. Yeah, I agree with the call. I thought it was because it occurred to the hit made contact with the head. You got to throw him out of there. They're trying to get rid of that. I understand it absolutely. I just think that the hit itself, technique wise, it was clean. It was like one of those Trouba hits. He didn't leave his feet. It was just like, he saw him all the way though. He saw that the guy's head was down. He didn't need to make that hit. So Rempe for the future, just keep your wits about you. Hold back just a little bit. You could hit them when you're fishing for pucks or whatever. But like if you're going like 10, 12 feet or whatever, and you see the guy's head down, and it's like, all right, I'm gonna light this guy up. Maybe don't do that. Honestly, I think he's here to stay, though. I love him. I think he's here to. According to Rempe, nope. According to Evan Roberts, Rempe should be suspended for 10 games. Well, that's why that guy is on WFAN, and that's why they don't talk about too much about hockey, is because they don't know a lot about hockey. So we sit here and we watch hockey. We watch it all the time. We watch the Rangers from start to finish. We watch game 1 to game 82. That's all we do. We eat, sleep, and breathe hockey, right? They are all about baseball and football and basketball, and hockey is like fourth fiddle to them. So it makes sense that they wouldn't have a quality ice cold take opinion there. Um, but last thing here for me about the game against the Devils, the Rangers really gave them a hard time all night. I know they had some banged up bodies, like Panarin was nursing, I think it was a lower body injury. Same thing with VZ. They called up Othman for insurance in case either of those guys couldn't go. Panarin was able to go. He scored a goal, I think, or actually I think he set up a goal. I can't remember what it was, but he was playing really well. Shesterkin with a great pass to Panarin, who found Kreider for the third goal, man. Shesterkin. How about the Rangers try him out on the right wing? Honestly, with Kreider's advantage, Ed. How about that? And that guy could really pass the puck. And I think Dave Maloney was talking about it on the radio. He was saying like that's a good sign of where Shesterkin is, that he's feeling it, is when he's handling the puck well. And it's true because he's one of the best puck handling goaltenders that we've ever seen. So much better than Lundqvist. I mean, you can't even compare it, honestly. Uh, Shesterkin was great all night, both in net and handling the puck. Also, another thing Maloney was saying, because I was taking deliveries at the pizzeria, is that Dave was saying that Lafreniere should get power play one time, which is what he did. Which is what Laviolette did. He gave him power play one time because he was playing so well, and that was before Lafreniere scored that second goal. Man, to see the Rangers try so hard to give him the opportunity to get that hat trick, it warmed my heart. I love that, man. They really, really like this guy in the locker room. So, I mean, hats off. I had my doubts about him. I had doubts about his work ethic. I sincerely, I'll sign the apology letter there. And I know there's a lot of people within the Rangers fan base that are on the same boat as me. We called him soft. I remember calling him soft. Like I said, I questioned his work ethic, the softball in the offseason. Whatever it is that he did, it's obviously working because he's been great all season long. He's just got to keep scoring goals and finishing those great chances. And honestly, he could be like a 50, 60 point guy for easily, easily. Maybe not this year because like he's picking it up pretty late into the season, but like next year if he starts scoring at this pace, yeah, he's like 60, 70 point guy, honestly. Uh let's look at these comments here before we wrap it up here. Suspended for 10 games, that's a little extreme. Yeah. 2 games if he even gets suspended. Yeah, I don't even know if he's getting a hearing. I don't think he's getting a hearing. Evan Roberts. The Stadium Series is just another game. Who cares? Also, Evan Roberts. Never talked about hockey this season until then. Yeah. If you want it like a true like a good Rangers fan, a Boomer Esiason is a big Rangers fan. Like if you want to listen to somebody like on WFAN talk about hockey, Boomer Esiason is who you want to do. Okay, these guys are talking about this meme that we were talking about, and I'll be mad if he doesn't play any softball next offseason. Yeah, the same thing. Like that's how I feel about Panarin. Like next season, if he doesn't shave his head, I'll be upset. Like because honestly, it's working out for the guy. He's having his best season as a Ranger. I think I said it the other night. Like Panarin has me believing in him more than I ever have in any season that he's been with the Rangers. And that's saying a lot because that first season with the Rangers, man, was something special. That guy was arguably robbed of an MVP in that COVID shortened year. But this season, I think he's playing even better at an older age too. People had doubts about it. I've talked to people saying like, "All right, he's getting old. He doesn't want to go to the middle of the ice." Bullshit. Bullshit. The guy still wants to play. He's hungry. I'm not concerned about him. I think he's going to keep it going. I think he's going to crack 100 points, and I think he's going to play well in the playoffs. I think he's going to be significantly better. Let's just put it this way: if the Rangers lose in the first round, it's not going to be his fault. I don't think it's going to be his fault. It's going to be somebody else's fault. And I think, with the way Zibanejad's playing, I think he's the scapegoat. I think Zibanejad needs to start shooting the puck more. I've said it on the past few episodes. I asked Vince about it and Vince Mercogliano to ask about it. I haven't gotten anything. The guy's gotten paid. He's got to start shooting the puck. I don't care. He's got to start using that lethal wrist shot of his to his advantage. Boomer is a true Rangers fan. He knows what he's talking about. Yeah, Mike MYR for life is right. Mika's been dog shit. He's been dog shit. But yeah. Anyways, that's all I have for you guys. This is a half-hour episode. No guests. I guess I'll fill you guys in on the thing that I'm working on. I'm working on getting Rick DiPietro on the podcast. So hopefully that comes within the next couple of weeks. I'll be really excited if that happens. It would have been great if it was this week because, the Rangers and the Islanders just played. No big deal. Outdoor game. Not like the whole world was talking about it or whatnot. But yeah, Rick DiPietro, I'm working on him. We'll see what happens. I'm graduating next week from school. I can't wait for that. I'll finally be done with school. 6 years of post high school education done, over, done with. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I thought I was gonna be in school forever, man. I'm gonna be looking for jobs soon. I don't know where it takes me with the podcast and stuff. I don't know if I'm gonna keep doing it. I'm gonna try to because I love doing it. I love talking about the Rangers, but certainly I'm gonna be in the sports journalism, the sports media field. This is where I belong. I love doing this. I love talking about hockey, all sports in general. 1 p.m. we will be there. Graduation D, job D. Yeah, Kevin Erster, what up? How's it going? Yeah, 1 p.m. Don't forget on Ranger Central's channel on YouTube. Make sure you like and subscribe. Like and subscribe this video on YouTube. Like and subscribe on Evan's channel, Ranger Central. We're gonna talk more about it. Oh wait, Kevin, you were in the tailgate video, really? Okay, which one was it? If you don't mind me asking. We have a little bit of time here before I end it. sports journalism D. Me and my boys are in your tailgate video. Yeah. Which one was that? Was that the Rangers and the Islanders one? Like where we're going back and forth naming Rangers and Islanders. We were doing some trivia at the tailgates just to fill everybody in listening to the podcast at home. We were doing some trivia and one of the questions we asked was 10 aisles in range. Yeah, it was. Okay. Yeah, we asked people, can you name 10 players that played for both the Rangers and the Islanders? Actually, I think these guys named 11. We were trying to get them to name Darius Kasparaitis. The biggest one that they got was Al Montoya. The Islanders fan that got that, oh man, dude, hats off to him. Like honestly, that guy's talk about an obscure player. That's one of them there. That's your puck doku thing. That's your puck doku answer. Like when you're doing that, they cook. Yeah, they did. They took. I swear, I counted it. I have it, Evan. They did 11. I'm gonna post that later. I'll post that. That might be my first one that I post because it was awesome. Another Valley was another great shout. Yeah, Pa Parento was a good pill. And Biron, the guy that was standing off to the side, the Islanders fan was like, "Oh yeah, Marty Biron." They were struggling for a little bit, but you know what? I give them a lot of credit for on the spot being able to come up with guys like that. That was good. Valley was low key still, yeah, yeah. Steve Valiquette is the man. If they got Darius Kasparaitis, I would have just like I would have stopped interviewing for the rest of the day. That would have been it. I would have not edited. I would have posted the whole thing. Like just that's a mic drop moment. If they were able to get Darius Kasparaitis, the one guy was so mad that he didn't get it. He was like, "Oh my god," and he walked away because he knew who he was. Obviously, the guys we were interviewing were a little bit on the younger side. I wouldn't have known Darius Kasparaitis if it was like before the podcast, like before I started doing the podcast, I wouldn't have known who Darius Kasparaitis is. Actually, that's a lie. I do know who Darius Kasparaitis is because I played with him on NHL '07 on the PSP. Believe it or not, he was on the Rangers roster. He was the guy that you would use to lay all the big body checks. All right, I'm going off too much here, man. I'm on a tangent. This is 32 minutes. I'm tired. I need something to drink, man. Honestly, let's look on here. I got everything within the decade. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You said go. He said Gauthier too. One of my favorite players for the Rangers. NHL 17. All right. Well, this has been a great episode. Thanks everybody for tuning in, watching the stream on YouTube or on Millions or on Facebook, wherever you're watching or listening to. We'll see you guys next week for another episode of the podcast. Take care.